Hey guys, welcome back to another cash stuffing video. Today we're going to be doing sinking funds and the initial cash envelope stuffing. I have a little bit different of a system going on this week. I did go digital with my budget, so I'm still trying to kind of figure that out. I had this printed off, this worksheet from Boss Haven. I will link her channel down below, but I have this printed off. I had it printed off last time I was doing cash envelope stuffing. So my once a month sinking fund and cash envelopes is kind of a longer video. I know this is on a new channel for you guys. I have 2 or 3, maybe 4 other videos over on my vlog channel that I will actually link down below. So if you are interested in any of this stuff, I will have it linked. A lot of it's from Amazon, a lot of it's from Etsy. I also have a nice big coffee going on today. So I am excited to get stuffing. Today we are stuffing $2,340 of my YouTube income. I get paid once a month from YouTube from both of my channels. And this does also include other affiliate payments and stuff like that. So this is from my YouTube income. I do not share my entire budget. It's pretty, like, my portion of the budget is pretty boring. I go a little bit more in depth in my first video, but out of my YouTube paycheck, I pay a few of like the basic bills, and then I have the car payments. I also do contribution to our main savings and to each of the girls' savings, as well as I cover the variable expenses and the sinking funds. And the rest is paychecks go towards a different savings account that we have in a different bank account, and he pays the mortgage, and then he also pays some of the other bigger bills like cable and water and a few other things like that. And then most of his money is just kind of sits in the bank account where it is for like extra payments for the mortgage and stuff like that. My payments cover the majority of our like day-to-day simple bills, stuff like that. So it's just the way that it works out. We share our funds. Everything's, 50-50. What's mine is his and his is mine, vice versa. He just doesn't care for this kind of stuff. He's like, let me know when I can put gas type of person. Like, he does not care about finances at all. So I have just taken it over. I do have, like I said, this on my iPad, and I just use an Apple Pencil. This is new for me. It was something like a promotion with our, I had been thinking about getting it for school anyway. I do have it connected to a keyboard that swivels for work. I use this for my clinicals. I'm a nurse practitioner student. I was using just one of the girls' iPads before, but our cell phone carrier had like a promotion that you pay a very small fee per month to get an iPad Pro. So I was like, yes, please. So I just ended up getting it. And then the Apple Pencil, I think, was like 120 or something like that. So anyway, this is the cash stuffing. Like I said, we are going to do $1,390 to our cash envelopes that are laid out to these categories here, and then $950 to our sinking funds. I did add 3 sinking funds since my last video, these 3 here. So I'm gonna go ahead and organize the money, set up here, and let's get started. Okay, so we are going to start with the pink envelope, or the pink binder. In my pink binder, I have all of my sinking funds that have a goal. So anything that has something that I would like to have for the year in mind, it has a goal. So for Mother's Day, I have 2 amounts here because originally my goal for Mother's Day is to do 400, and you can see that here on my envelope. 400 is the goal, but because I started back in like the end of 2020 and I just transferred it over last month, I only have $238 in there. So Mother's Day is coming up before this next payday. So I wanted to try and hit that goal before this actually started. So I had a little bit of extra. I moved some things around to be able to contribute more to Mother's Day this month than I have been in the past, because normally I only do $34 a month. So this month is going to be $100. So I'm going to do a $100 bill, and then I will come back to this 67 in just a little while. So $100 for Mother's Day. Actually, I won't. If you watched any of my vlogs, you know I had this extra money. I say laying around, but we sold some stuff in the house and we made $200 off of that. So that's what this money is here. I've just kind of been letting it sit here. And then I had $7 left over from cookie money that I thought we owed for cookie money and we didn't. So I just let it sit here. So I have $207 extra dollars to contribute. I had the option of putting it in savings or contribute to sinking funds and stuff like that. So that's what this extra $67 is. So I am going to go ahead and contribute $67 extra dollars to my Mother's Day fund. So here's 60, and then here's the 7. I'm going to set this aside because it wasn't part of my original payment. So yes, so I'm going to do 100, 20, 40, 65, 6, and 7. So $167. I'm going to write that down here. So we're depositing on 422 plus 167. So we currently have 238, and then we're depositing 167, and that is 405. So in my Mother's Day envelope, I should have $405. One, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 400, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yes, so $405. So that's great. So I hit the goal all because I was able to like move things around this month. And if I don't end up putting it or using it all, then it'll go somewhere else. But I have a lot more people to buy for Mother's Day than I do any other holiday of the year. So I try not to, I'm going to try to allocate it where I need to. My handwriting is going to be even uglier than it already is writing like this, but that's okay. It is what it is. Okay, next up for anniversary, I'm going to be doing my usual $17. So I already have 119. So I should have 136 when I'm done. So we're going to do a 10, a 5, and 2 ones. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36. So 136. Our anniversary is not until October, so we still have a little ways to go for that guy. So birthdays next is getting its usual $134. That this is just for the girls' birthdays, so it does not include our birthdays. So there's 678 plus the 134. Should be 812 in there. So I'm going to do 100, 20, 30, and 4. These ones are super pretty and crisp. Everything else, like I said, looks a little janky, but it's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 20, 40, 60, 80, 7, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 9, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So updated balance is 812. Next up is back to school. Back to school is also getting its usual $42. I actually will start spending some of the back to school money probably fairly soon because I need to start shopping for uniforms, and sometimes a uniform store will have a sale like for Memorial Day. So $336. It's going to be 2 20s and 2 1s. So yeah, I'll probably start using this, like I said, fairly soon. So my goal is 500 on this one. I don't quite have it yet, but it'll get there soon. So 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 25, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 36. So 336. Let me know if you guys would be interested in seeing like a bill switch out too. I have a lot of little bills that I could probably change into smaller bills if I wanted to. That could be an idea. Let's see, for Father's Day. Father's Day is in June. So normally I've been doing $17 to Father's Day, but because it's in June, I am going to do $50. And hopefully next month I can do like Mother's Day, switch Mother's Day back to the regular $34, and Father's Day add 100 or more since it is already Father's Day. And I actually will show you how I pay myself back whenever I do have to use a sinking fund, how I end up paying it back, and I'll show you that here in a little while. So Father's Day I have 50, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 45, 55, 65, 66, 67, 68, and 69. So 119 plus the 50, 169. You guys can probably hear Everly and the girls downstairs. I'm trying to film this before Andres has to go to work. So they're downstairs having a grand old time. New Year's Eve, we're going to stick to the regular $25 because New Year's Eve is a ways away and it's not as big of a priority for me. So New Year's Eve, should have $100. 20, 40, 60, 85, 95, and a 100. Okay, Valentine's Day is also getting its usual $17. Again, Valentine's Day is a ways away. And it was a new sinking fund this last time. So it has only had one deposit so far. So should have $34, 10, 25, 31, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, Easter, also a new sinking fund this last time. So Easter is also getting $17. And if you're wondering how I came up with the amount that I'm depositing, I just took the goal that I want for the year. So for like next year's Easter, I want a goal of $200 and I divided it by 12 and I just rounded up to the next dollar. I can hear Everly screaming downstairs, so you guys probably can too. She just woke up from a nap. She's probably excited for lunch. 10, 25, 31, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. 4th of July is next. I also put them in order here as to like when they happen throughout the year, the holidays. I don't know, it's just easier for my brain to think like that. So 4th of July, also getting $17. So 4th of July, same thing. Because it's in July, probably June's bill, because it's only going to have whatever I'm depositing today. It will not be anywhere near that 200 goal. I keep getting myself confused. I keep wanting to write dollar signs. So it should have $68. That's not near the $200 goal. I will do Father's Day, try and add a little more in May, and then in June I'll try and add a little bit more in 4th of July if I can. If not, not a big deal. And you may be wondering, well, that defeats the purpose of having this. True, but I didn't start sinking funds like this until I want to say September, October of 2020. So I did not have a full year to start depositing into these. And actually this 4th of July I may have started in January or December, but again, the thing goes is like this 200 is divided over 12 months. So if I only was able to do 6 or 7 or 8 months, I'm not going to have the whole goal by then. But now that I've started them, by next 4th of July in 2022, I should have my full goal in mind. So yes. All right. So we should have $68 in 4th of July. So 10, oh, I didn't even put this. I thought it looked weird. Okay, 10, 20, 35, 45, 55, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 68. So perfect there. I can imagine somewhere down the line, you know, I probably will make a dollar mistake or something somewhere, but it'll be fine. I'll figure it out eventually, I guess. So 68. Halloween also getting $17. Halloween is one of those that I may have to bump up just because I have 4 children who still wear, like, even my oldest wears costumes still. And sometimes between the costumes and school parties and which they didn't do this last year, but I'm hoping they get to do this next year. And then trick-or-treating candy and buckets and like different things like that. Sometimes it's cost me more than that $200. So we'll kind of play that one by ear this year. Okay, so 136, so 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1, 10, 25, 30, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, last up for this pink binder is Christmas. Christmas is also getting its usual 125. If at some point I did create another sinking fund that I have intentions of using my Christmas fund for as well, so I may end up having extra Christmas money, and if that's the case, then I will probably put it in the girls' savings accounts. I have a set amount now that I have the funds to do it. I have a set amount that auto debits into the girls' savings accounts every month, but I don't typically add outside of that. Sometimes I do. With this system, what I was thinking is if I had money left over in a specific sinking fund, if it was a little bit of money, I would have it roll over to the next year. If it wasn't that little bit of money, then I would divvy it up between the girls and add it to their savings account. I don't know. Is that what you guys do? Do you just continue to save, or do you apply it to something else? So we'll kind of see. This year, like I said, is a trial. It's a trial and error type of year. So I'll kind of figure it out, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated. So Christmas, we should have 625, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20, 40, 60, 80, 6, 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. So that's good. That's already like such a great Christmas start to our sinking fund. And this includes, like I've mentioned last time, it includes all the girls, us, all family members, parties. It also includes Black Friday. So that is helpful because we usually buy like a house item or something for Black Friday. So Christmas has 625. Okay, so we're all done stuffing the bright pink binder. Now we are going to go to the light pink binder. This one is from Amazon. Like I said, I'll have them linked down below. So in the light pink binder, I have envelopes that do not have a goal. So the sky's the limit, however much I end up saving, cool. It doesn't have any extra, or I'm sorry, any set amount that we are, looking for. So first up is vacation. Vacation is also getting its normal $100. We actually have a vacation savings account that gets extra money, like Andres from his paychecks puts some into it. I put a little bit into it from my paychecks, and then typically my H&R Block money goes in there every year. This year it just kind of sat there all year because I didn't use the H&R Block money for anything else. So the money just sits there and grows and grows and grows. And that's usually what we're using our vacation from. Every once in a while, I'll like to save a little bit extra for like the fun stuff, excursions or spending money. And that's what this vacation envelope is for. So that's why there's no budget to it. It just, however much is in there is in there. So $400, and that's what we should have. Typically for spending money, we take anywhere from like $500 to $1,000, depending on where we're going. It can be upwards of $1,500. Like Disney, it includes food, souvenirs, like I said, fun stuff, excursions. When we did Disney, I did something like this, and I think it ended up being about $1,200, and that covered our food and all of our souvenirs and stuff. So that was pretty cool. Okay, next up is date night. This one was new. This last time I'd never thought about having a date night one, and I only contributed $20 to it. This time we're going to do $40. I do have a fun little surprise for Andres for his birthday and Father's Day. They're both in June, and so I do have a fun little surprise for him, and I want to beef up this envelope just a little bit so that way I can have some to splurge on a date night. That's probably our first date night that we'll have because we haven't had one since COVID started, and it's probably the first time that we'll feel comfortable going out to eat and stuff like that. Medical is also a new sinking fund. We do have medical insurance, and we have a flex account that puts, like we get to use whenever for copays and stuff like that. So medical, I'm doing $40 this month, again, because I had a little bit extra to kind of play with, and I wanted to get the envelope going. So we should have $60 in there, which we do. This one is more for like medications over the counter, or like if, I don't know, we're paying, actually I think the flex account covers prescriptions too. So I don't know, I was just thinking like over the counter type of stuff, vitamins, those kinds of things. So there's 60. Pet, there's $40. The cats, we have 2 cats. If you don't follow us regularly, we have 2 cats, and their stuff comes from Chewy automatically. Their litter, we have a litter robot. Their litter and their food comes from Chewy every month, and that's figured out into my monthly budget. So it doesn't come from this sinking fund. I was for a little while doing $50 a month towards pet, and I was never using it because the Chewy would come from my bank account, and it was just easier that way. So what I'm starting this for is for like vet bills, which the cats have insurance, so we hardly ever have to pay anything. Again, that's a monthly expense that comes from my checking account. That's pretty inexpensive. If you ever looked into insurance for your pets, it's about $20 a month per pet, which is not too bad. And it covers all their regular maintenance, all their shots, all their heartworm prevention and stuff like that. So it's not too bad. It's with our vet. But anyway, this is for Andres really wants a golden retriever. So big dogs come with big expenses. They eat a lot. They need a lot of, toys and running, things that the cats don't use and that our smaller dogs didn't have. So I'm slowly setting aside money for the dog, his dream dog. We haven't pulled the trigger and got a new dog yet, but he really wants one. And so we had small dogs for so many years. And when we lost Bella, it was like, okay, I had promised him that once Everly started walking that we would look into getting a bigger dog, and then we lost Bella, and it just, my heart just couldn't do it yet. So I'm getting there. So I'm hoping maybe by the end of the year. So this is just like a little savings for us to have to purchase some of the stuff that, you know, a new big dog is going to come with. So there's $60 in pet. Next one is gifts. This one also is a new envelope for me. I watch so many girls stuff their cash envelopes. I say girls because I have never seen a guy do it. So I assume there's guys somewhere out there, but I just haven't ever seen them. So many girls, and they have so many good sinking funds that I had to add a few. So $30 is what we have in gifts, and this is for like if we go to baby showers or a wedding or, you know, friends' birthdays, family birthdays, stuff like that. Again, just kind of slowly build it up. We don't go to a lot, especially for COVID, but it's nice to have. Another new envelope this last month was clothing. So clothing, I'm going to do $25, and I'm actually going to end up owing myself back money because I have a Target cart rolling right now with summer clothes for all the girls, because man, every time I turn around, they are growing out of things like weeds. And I just bought them winter clothes. So there's $50 there. I just bought them winter clothes a few months ago. Well, back probably in November or December time. And a lot of those clothes are still in such great shape. They'll definitely last another year for them. But they don't have a lot of summer clothes at all. They've all grown out of their stuff. And we have so many hand-me-downs and things that it's time to get a few key pieces. And I'm definitely going to spend more than $50. So I'll end up owing myself back or taking it from a different sinking fund. Okay, car maintenance. Same thing here. I'm putting $50 in, but because this is a new envelope, I'm paying for my tags this month on one of the vehicles, and it's going to be more than $100. So I'm going to end up owing it back and just taking it from like my checking account cushion, which I don't think I mentioned last time. I do have $1,000 checking account cushion. I got that idea from the budget mom. She has $1,000 checking account cushion. So it did take me a little while to get that cushion. And I'm not talking like an emergency fund, because we actually have a savings account and then like a main savings if something were to happen, of course, but just for whatever. And then an emergency account, but I didn't have ever, like I never kept a checking account cushion. I would always just pay everything I needed, and whatever was there was there. I never thought about having a checking account cushion. So it took me a few months to work it up to $1,000, but I just got there this last month. And so now my goal is to keep it at $1,000. So some of these things like the clothing, the car maintenance, things that I don't have quite enough money in my sinking funds for, I will buy. And, you know, clearly I need my tags. The girls need clothes. So those are necessities. So I will buy what I need, take it from my checking account cushion, and then next month I will take it out of here. Whatever I'm short, I will either just eat in my checking account cushion, or I will owe myself back. So like next month, instead of stuffing a different sinking fund, I will pay myself back to make my checking account cushion $1,000. I don't know if that makes sense or not. Hopefully it does. Now we have $100 in car maintenance. I don't even know if I showed you that, but that's awesome. So again, the goal eventually is to be able to fully fund everything with this account. We'll see how that goes. All right, cash emergency. Cash emergency had a goal originally of $1,000. Once I hit that goal, now it's more about whatever I have left over. So that's the very last sinking fund that I actually write down. Whatever I have that I'm wanting to pull from my YouTube paycheck, I pay everything else, and then cash emergency is whatever I have left over. So $24 is what I had. So I'm going to pull the $24 and incorporate that into this money. Okay, so I'm going to put the 50 aside so I don't throw anybody off. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 85, 20, 40, 60, 86, 20, 40, 60, 87, 20, 40, 60, 88, 20, 40, 60, 89, 950, 970, 990, 1010, 1020, 1,025, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1,037. So I've said this before, but if you're new here, welcome, first of all. I hope you stay and subscribe. Don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it, or you are enjoying it, I should say. This emergency fund is specifically for if we would need cash. And I used the example last time of, needing it for like if we had a pipe burst and a plumber had to come out, and most places take card nowadays, but if they didn't and we needed to pay, I don't know, something out of pocket, or we had to have just a handyman from like Facebook Marketplace come and they only took cash, this is what this would be for. So that was the sinking funds that I just did there. And then I added another page because I added 3 more sinking funds from this last time. So if you watch my cash envelope stuffing, you know that I added a Costco envelope because, and I mentioned this in those videos, but I never even thought about Costco. Like I would just use my grocery money, and that's typically the months that I would go over would be the months that I would go to Costco. So I created a whole envelope for Costco because I don't know, I thought it would be easier to have this versus just using my cash envelopes for that with the $600, especially because I allocate myself $150 a week, and oftentimes that's not enough for Costco. So what I did with my cash envelopes is I put money in here that I had left over for the week. So that's how I have a balance of $134 already. I deposited that on 3/28 and 4/5. The 3rd and 4th week of the month, I had 0 money left over in my grocery budget, so I did not roll anything over. I did, however, allocate $50 this month to Costco, so I will add that 50. So I should have $184. So 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 140, 150, 165, 75, 81, 2, 3, and 4. So 184 in the Costco fund. I think we are actually going to go to Costco this week. So what I'll do is if I spend more than $184, I will take it from the grocery budget or household or whatever and kind of go from there. I had to get some index cards. I forgot I didn't make any for this, but 2 completely new funds that I created because my brother and sister-in-law started doing sinking funds as well. And when she sent me her setup and everything, which is so cute, when she sent it to me, she had a summer activities and a family photos. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's great. I didn't even think about those 2 things. So I had her make me the envelopes. She has an Etsy shop where she does the envelopes, so I will link it down below. I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about her before. So she does have the clear envelopes with the different colored vinyl. The colored envelopes I got from Etsy, so I will link those down below as well as the clear ones. But I know I'm a little late, right? Because we're already almost in summer, but I thought this would be a good thing to save for. So like if we're going to go to Six Flags, or we're going to go to SeaWorld to buy our season passes, or if we're going to go to the zoo, or I don't know, a park, and we're going to have ice cream or like a picnic outside. I have a fun envelope that I stuff every week, but sometimes that money is not enough for big purchases like this. So I thought a summer activities one would be really great to start for this summer, whatever I can contribute, and then in the future, things like that. So I'm starting the summer activities off with this extra money that I have over here that we had for selling stuff. I'm using 100 of it, so 20, 40, 60, 81, 100 of it for the start of my summer activities little thing. I think $100 is a solid number to start with, and then I will figure out how much money I have kind of to give to it next month and go from there. So summer activities. And I just use a basic index card. Like, it really does not have to be that crazy. I did not buy or create anything. I'm just using an index card, and it works fine for us. Now, family photos, this is one that I was talking about that was like, I don't know if I'm going to need this one, because usually we take family photos around Christmas time, and that's one of the things I allocated in my Christmas budget for. But I think it'll be fine, because as the girls get older, sometimes we don't just want Christmas pictures. Sometimes we want like spring pictures also. So that's what this is going to be for. And family photos, usually if we're just doing them at like JCPenney, cost us about $100, $120 each time. So I figured I could start the fund and kind of go from there. So to start it, I am going to do $40. And again, that's $40 from the leftover money that we had from selling items. So I will stuff that. And this one won't necessarily be a priority, but just a fun envelope to have. So yay, so we have $40 in there. So a little bonus time, I just stuffed my cash envelopes. So I will have that video kind of right after this video, or right after this video, but I forgot to share this with you guys. So for my Father's Day, I have the monthly, this came with the Boss Haven stuff. I have the surprise for Father's Day. I put it under the Father's Day category, but I may do it for birthday. I haven't decided yet. But anyway, what I got him was $145. And so what I'm going to do is I wrote it on the monthly expenses. So I knew this had to come from the sinking fund. So I will go back into Father's Day and take that $145 from there. And which is good because that's barely what I have. So we're going to take 50, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45. So we have left, let's see. So same day, 4, 22, 21, we're going to take 145. So we should have $24 left. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. And I'm actually going to take these 5s and grab a 20. So 21, 2, 3, and $4. And like I said, I haven't quite decided. Originally, when I did the Father's Day and Mother's Day, it was including our birthdays. So $200, like $100 for birthday, $100 for Father's Day. So I may do this little surprise in combination with our date night. And I put surprise so I don't want him to know, just in case sometimes he watches the videos. I don't know, because it went over that original $100 budget, if I'm going to do like a little something extra with it for birthday or for Father's Day. So we'll see. Stay tuned for that. So anyway, we have $24 left in Father's Day, and I'm going to take that money out and deposit it back in to cover the card because I purchased it online, so I couldn't use cash for it. So let me just double check that I have 145. So 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 25, 35, 45. So, okay, I will deposit this back in the bank and pay that, and this one will be checked and paid. So hopefully that was helpful. That's kind of how I'm doing it with sinking funds. I don't do that with my cash envelopes though. I'm doing it to where like I pull the money out of the cash envelope and I put it in this little deposit thing, envelope back here, and then I deposit it once a week. So that works out, you know, perfectly for my cash envelopes. But from sinking funds, I haven't actually had to take anything from the sinking funds yet. So this is how I plan on keeping track of it. So for April, all I had to do was the Father's Day. So yeah, we will continue to follow up with that. I wanted to share that with you guys before I left. I totally forgot when I was filming, so hopefully it was helpful. So that was the conclusion of my sinking fund stuffing. I'm actually going to do my cash envelopes in a separate video because I know this one's already super long, and I want to talk a little bit about like how the cash envelope stuffing went. I know originally I was going to do that one in this video, but like I said, it just got too long and I talk too much, I ramble. So yes, hopefully I can cut it down a little bit, but thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, if you love this, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, stick around. I also do a lot of grocery hauls on this channel, meal videos, meal prep, what I eat in a day, things like that. I want to get back to those things. I just need to get on a better routine, and I'm going to keep all my budgeting and cash envelope stuffing here on this channel too. So I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video for my cash envelope stuffing. Bye.